Question 1. When manually checking slack adjusters on S-cam brakes, what protective gear should you use? Option A. Safety goggles. Option B. Gloves. Option C. Steel-toed boots. The correct answer is B. Gloves. Imagine reaching under the truck to yank the slack adjuster. The mechanism is often covered in grease and has pinch points, making gloves essential for a safe inspection. Question 2. Let's see if you can get this difficult question right. Pressing and releasing the brake pedal unnecessarily can. Option A. Cool the brakes. Option B. Let air out faster than the compressor can replace it. Option C. Increase the air pressure. The correct answer is B. Let air out faster than the compressor can replace it. Fanning, the brakes wastes air. If you do it too much, you might deplete the tanks faster than the engine can refill them. Question 3. What is the most common type of foundation brake? Option A. Disc brake. Option B. Wedge brake. Option C. S-cam drum brake. The correct answer is C. S-cam drum brake. On most heavy trucks you inspect, you will see the S-cam design, which uses a camshaft to force shoes against a drum. Question 4. Pay attention. Many drivers miss this question. The amount of heat a brake drum can withstand without suffering damage depends primarily on what two factors? Option A. The thickness of the drum and the ambient air temperature. Option B. How hard and how long the brakes are used. Option C. The type of brake fluid and engine RPM. The correct answer is B. How hard and how long the brakes are used. Imagine descending a long mountain pass. If you ride the pedal continuously, too long, or slam it forcefully, too hard, you will exceed the drum's thermal limits and destroy your braking power. Question 5. Stay alert. This is a highly deceptive question. How much slack is allowed on an S-cam brake slack adjuster? Option A. More than 2 inches. Option B. No more than 1 inch. Option C. No more than half an inch. The correct answer is B. No more than 1 inch. When you pull the slack adjuster by hand during an inspection, if it moves more than an inch, the brake will not stop you effectively. Question 6. Where do water and oil collect in the air tank? Option A. At the top. Option B. In the bottom. Option C. In the air lines only. The correct answer is B. In the bottom. Gravity pulls these heavy contaminants to the lowest point of the tank, which is why the drain valve is located there. Question 7. What color and shape is the parking brake control knob on newer vehicles? Option A. Red octagonal knob. Option B. Yellow diamond-shaped knob. Option C. Blue round knob. The correct answer is B. Yellow diamond-shaped knob. When you park, you look for the yellow diamond knob on the dash and pull it to set the brakes. Question 8. What shape is the S-cam? Option A. Shaped like a C. Option B. Shaped like the letter S. Option C. Shaped like a wedge. The correct answer is B. Shaped like the letter S. Its distinct S shape allows it to push the brake shoes apart as it rotates. Question 9. Warning. This question is harder than it sounds. When parking a vehicle equipped with a modulating control valve, what must you do after moving the lever as far as it will go? Option A. Hold it in place with the locking device. Option B. Pump the foot brake 3 times. Option C. Turn off the air compressor. The correct answer is A. Hold it in place with the locking device. Imagine setting your spring brakes using a dash lever. You must engage the locking device so the lever doesn't slide back and release the brakes while parked. Question 10. During a visual inspection of the brake linings, friction material, what contamination must you ensure is not present? Option A. Water and ice. Option B. Oil or grease. Option C. Road dust and dirt. The correct answer is B. Oil or grease. Imagine checking your wheels. If a blown hub seal has soaked your brake linings in thick grease, the friction is ruined and the vehicle is completely unsafe to drive. Question 11. Warning. This question is harder than it sounds. How can you safely dry brakes that have become very wet in freezing temperatures? Option A. Spray them with alcohol. Option B. Use the brakes lightly while driving in a low gear. Option C. Apply the parking brake repeatedly. The correct answer is B. Use the brakes lightly while driving in a low gear. Imagine driving through deep puddles in December. Lightly riding the brake pedal while moving slowly generates enough heat to evaporate the water before it freezes to the drums. Question 12. Be careful here. This is a very challenging question. What component connects the push rod to the brake camshaft in an S-cam system? Option A. The return spring. Option B. The slack adjuster. Option C. The brake spider. The correct answer is B. The slack adjuster. When inspecting brakes, you check this component because it transfers the push rod's motion to turn the camshaft. Question 13. What happens when you push the brake pedal down harder? Option A. The air pressure is reduced. Option B. More air pressure is applied to the brakes. Option C. The spring brakes are released. The correct answer is B. More air pressure is applied to the brakes. Just like a hydraulic brake, pushing harder sends more compressed air to the wheels, increasing the braking force to stop you faster. Question 14. Focus here. This is a high-fail question. Where exactly is the braking mechanism, shoes, linings, S-cam, located on a heavy-duty vehicle? Option A. On the drive shaft near the transmission. Option B. Inside the drum, which is bolted to the ends of the vehicle's axles. Option C. Exposed on the outer rim of the tire. The correct answer is B. Inside the drum, which is bolted to the ends of the vehicle's axles. Imagine changing a commercial tire. Once you remove the rim, you are looking at the heavy cast iron drum mounted to the axle end, which houses all the internal stopping components. Question 15. This question is designed to confuse you. Stay sharp. What is true regarding the adjustment needs of wedge-type foundation brakes? Option A. They never require adjustment. Option B. They may be self-adjusting or may require manual adjustment. Option C. They must be adjusted daily by the driver. The correct answer is B. They may be self-adjusting or may require manual adjustment. Imagine driving a truck equipped with wedge brakes. You must check your specific maintenance manual because some of these units auto-adjust, while others require you to manually turn an adjusting bolt. Question 16. Pay close attention to the details on this next one. At what pressure must the low air pressure warning signal come on? Option A. Between 80 and 100 psi. Option B. Between 55 and 75 psi. Option C. Below 20 psi. The correct answer is B. Between 55 and 75 psi. If a hose bursts, this alarm saves you by alerting you while you still have enough air, above 55 psi, to stop safely. Question 17. Warning. This question is harder than it sounds. On older commercial vehicles, what might the parking brake control look like instead of the modern yellow diamond-shaped knob? Option A. A red octagon or a green square. Option B. A round blue knob or a lever that swings. Option C. A digital push button on the steering column. The correct answer is B. A round blue knob or a lever that swings. Imagine driving a classic 1980s rig. Instead of pulling a yellow diamond, you might have to pull a round blue knob or pull a mechanical lever up to secure the vehicle. Question 18. Listen closely. This is a tough one. According to CVC section 26507, where must a one-way check valve be located in the air brake system? Option A. Between the foot pedal and the foundation brakes. Option B. Between the air compressor and the first reservoir. Option C. Inside the alcohol evaporator. The correct answer is B. Between the air compressor and the first reservoir. Imagine your compressor line suddenly snaps, the check valve sitting right before the first tank slams shut so you don't lose all your stored air. Question 19. Trap alert. Listen to every single word. What is the proper braking technique on a long downgrade? Option A. Use light, steady pressure all the way down. Option B. Apply brakes to 5 miles per hour below safe speed, then release. Option C. Pump the brakes rapidly. The correct answer is B. Apply brakes to 5 miles per hour below safe speed, then release. To keep brakes cool, brake firmly to drop speed, then let them cool while you drift back up to safe speed, snub braking. Question 20. When you release the brake pedal, what pulls the brake shoes away from the drum? Option A. Air pressure. Option B. A return spring. Option C. The S-cam. The correct answer is B. A return spring. Once the air is gone, a strong spring snaps the shoes back to their resting position so the wheels can roll freely. Question 21. When parking, you should never leave your vehicle unattended without applying the parking brakes or doing what? Option A. Draining the air tanks. Option B. Chocking the wheels. Option C. Leaving the vehicle in gear. The correct answer is B. Chocking the wheels. Imagine needing to park with smoking hot brakes. Since you shouldn't use the yellow knob, you must secure the heavy vehicle by kicking blocks firmly against the tires. Question 22. Focus here. This is a high-fail question. Because automatic slack adjusters are made by different manufacturers and do not all operate identically, what must you consult before troubleshooting them? Option A. The DOT Roadside Inspection Manual. Option B. The Specific Manufacturer's Service Manual. Option C. The CDL Handbook's General Brake Section. The correct answer is B. The Specific Manufacturer's Service Manual. Imagine trying to fix a faulty brake stroke. Because a Bendix adjuster works differently than a Haldex, you must strictly follow the engineering manual for that exact brand to avoid dangerous mistakes. Question 23. ABS allows you to. Option A. Stop instantly. Option B. Steer around an obstacle while braking. Option C. Drive faster on ice. The correct answer is B. Steer around an obstacle while braking. The main benefit of ABS isn't shorter stops, but the ability to steer the truck while mashing the brake pedal. Question 24. What happens to the compressed air when you lift your foot off the brake pedal? Option A. It gets pushed back into the storage tanks. Option B. It goes out of the system, reducing air pressure in the tanks. Option C. It is recycled into the compressor. The correct answer is B. It goes out of the system, reducing air pressure in the tanks. Imagine releasing the brakes at a traffic light. The system exhausts the used air into the atmosphere, which is why your tank pressure visibly drops with every stop. Question 25. Get ready. This one requires your full focus. What is the maximum allowable leakage rate for a single vehicle during the applied leakage test? Option A. 2 psi per minute. Option B. 3 psi per minute. Option C. 4 psi per minute. The correct answer is B. 3 psi per minute. When holding the brake pedal down for 1 minute in a straight truck, losing more than 3 psi indicates a dangerous leak. That's the end of this practice test. Did you answer at least 80% of the questions correctly to pass? Let's move on to the next one. Question 26. Attention driver. This question is known to be difficult. Unlike older manual front brake limiting valves, how does an automatic front wheel limiting valve operate regarding driver input? Option A. The driver controls it via a slippery switch. Option B. The driver must pump the brakes to activate it. Option C. The driver cannot control these valves. The correct answer is C. The driver cannot control these valves. Imagine driving in a sudden rainstorm. You don't need to flip any switches because modern automatic valves are hardwired to reduce front air pressure during normal stops without your input. Question 27. When parking, you should never leave your vehicle unattended without applying the parking brakes or doing what? Option A. Draining the air tanks. Option B. Chocking the wheels. Option C. Leaving the vehicle in gear. The correct answer is B. Chocking the wheels. Imagine needing to park with smoking hot brakes. Since you shouldn't use the yellow knob, you must secure the heavy vehicle by kicking blocks firmly against the tires. Question 28. The stop light switch activates the brake lights when? Option A. You turn on the headlights. Option B. You put on the air brakes. Option C. The air pressure drops below 60 psi. The correct answer is B. You put on the air brakes. As soon as you tap the brake pedal, air pressure triggers this switch to warn drivers behind you that you are slowing down. Question 29. Heads up. This is one of the hardest questions on the test. Which foundation brake type uses a power screw to clamp the rotor? Option A. S-cam brake. Option B. Wedge brake. Option C. Disc brake. The correct answer is C. Disc brake. Similar to a C-clamp, this mechanism squeezes the pads against a disc rotor rather than pushing shoes against a drum. Question 30. Heads up. This next one is highly challenging. Before starting the 1-minute timer for the static leakage test, what must you allow the air system to do? Option A. Settle until the air gauge needle stops moving. Option B. Purge the alcohol evaporator. Option C. Build up to 150 psi. The correct answer is A. Settle until the air gauge needle stops moving. Imagine shutting the engine off and releasing the brakes. You must wait a few seconds for the initial surge of air to stabilize and the needle to freeze completely before you start your stopwatch. Question 31. A lot of test takers get this wrong. Listen closely. Under what circumstances should an automatic slack adjuster be manually adjusted? Option A. At the end of every driving week. Option B. Whenever the pushrod stroke exceeds the legal limit. Option C. Only when performing maintenance on the brakes and during installation. The correct answer is C. Only when performing maintenance on the brakes and during installation. Imagine discovering a loose automatic adjuster during an inspection. You should never wrench it tight just to pass. Manual adjustment is only for mechanics actively repairing or installing the unit. Question 32. If a slack adjuster moves more than 1 inch, what is the likely result? Option A. The vehicle will be very hard to stop. Option B. The brakes will lock up. Option C. The air compressor will overheat. The correct answer is A. The vehicle will be very hard to stop. Too much slack means the push rod wastes energy traveling through empty space, leaving little force to actually stop the truck. Question 33. What is stab braking? Option A. Applying brakes fully, releasing when wheels lock, and reapplying when rolling. Option B. Light steady pressure. Option C. Using the hand valve. The correct answer is A. Applying brakes fully, releasing when wheels lock, and reapplying when rolling. In a panic stop, you can mash the pedal, wait for lockup, release to let wheels roll, and mash it again to stop quickly. Question 34. What must be completely drained from the air tanks at the end of each driving day to prevent catastrophic brake failure? Option A. Excess air pressure. Option B. Water and compressor oil. Option C. Antifreeze and alcohol. The correct answer is B. Water and compressor oil. Imagine parking for the weekend in January. If you don't drain the liquid condensation and oil sludge from the tanks, it will freeze solid in the lines and you will have zero brakes come Monday morning. Question 35. How do you perform the low air warning device test? Option A. Pump the brakes with the engine off and key on. Option B. Run the engine at high idle. Option C. Drain the air tanks manually. The correct answer is A. Pump the brakes with the engine off and key on. You turn the engine off, key on, and fan the brakes to drop pressure, ensuring the alarm screams at you before 55 psi. Question 36. Be careful. The choices here are very misleading. If your air compressor does not have its own self-contained oil supply, how is it kept lubricated? Option A. By a separate hydraulic fluid reservoir. Option B. By the engine oil. Option C. By the alcohol evaporator. The correct answer is B. By the engine oil. Imagine checking your engine fluids. If your compressor isn't self-lubricating, you must ensure your main engine oil is topped off because the compressor shares that supply to prevent seizing. Question 37. Be careful here. This is a very challenging question. Because automatic slack adjusters are made by different manufacturers and do not all operate identically, what must you consult before troubleshooting them? Option A. The DOT Roadside Inspection Manual. Option B. The Specific Manufacturer's Service Manual. Option C. The CDL Handbook's General Brake Section. The correct answer is B. The Specific Manufacturer's Service Manual. Imagine trying to fix a faulty brake stroke. Because a Bendix adjuster works differently than a Haldex, you must strictly follow the engineering manual for that exact brand to avoid dangerous mistakes. Question 38. How often should you drain air tanks if they are operated manually? Option A. Once a week. Option B. At the end of each day of driving. Option C. Only when the oil is changed. The correct answer is B. At the end of each day of driving. Imagine finishing a long shift. You must pull the drain cable or turn the valve to expel liquids before parking for the night. Question 39. How is the air compressor connected to the engine? Option A. Through the transmission fluid lines. Option B. Through gears or a V-belt. Option C. It is electrically powered by the battery. The correct answer is B. Through gears or a V-belt. When inspecting your engine compartment, you check the belt or gear drive to ensure the compressor is receiving power from the engine. Question 40. Stay sharp. You'll need to think about this one. The wig-wag drops into your view when pressure drops between. Option A. 80 and 100 psi. Option B. 55 and 75 psi. Option C. 20 and 45 psi. The correct answer is B. 55 and 75 psi. This mechanical signal is calibrated to fall down right when the pressure gets critically low, typically in the 55 to 75 psi range. Question 41. When driving a combination with ABS, you should Option A. Pump the brakes. Option B. Brake as you always have. Option C. Use only the trailer hand valve. The correct answer is B. Brake as you always have. Don't overthink it, the computer handles the skids, so you just apply steady pressure like normal. Question 42. If your tractor-trailer loses air pressure in the primary system, what will be the immediate effect on your vehicle? Option A. The front brakes will lock up immediately. Option B. Either the front or rear brakes will not operate fully, increasing stopping distance. Option C. The engine will automatically stall. The correct answer is B. Either the front or rear brakes will not operate fully, increasing stopping distance. Imagine the primary gauge drops to zero, you won't crash instantly, but because half your foundation brakes are disabled, you need significantly more road to halt. Question 43. This is a tricky one. Listen to all choices carefully. In a bus equipped with dual parking control valves, what is the resting state of the secondary valve used for emergency movement? Option A. Locked in the in position. Option B. Spring-loaded in the out position. Option C. Connected directly to the foot treadle. The correct answer is B. Spring-loaded in the out position. Imagine being stalled in an intersection. To use your reserve air to move, you push this secondary button in, but as soon as you let go, it springs back out and the brakes lock again. Question 44. A lot of test takers get this wrong. Listen closely. How do you operate a manual reset, wig-wag, low-pressure warning device? Option A. You manually push it out of view, and it stays there regardless of pressure. Option B. You place it out of view manually, but it will not stay in place until system pressure is above 55 psi. Option C. It retracts automatically once you start the engine. The correct answer is B. You place it out of view manually, but it will not stay in place until system pressure is above 55 psi. Imagine your air drops and the arm falls. You can push it up all you want, but it will physically drop back down until you build 55 psi. Question 45. If the low air pressure warning does not work. Option A. It is not a problem. Option B. You could lose air pressure and not know it. Option C. The spring brakes will not work. The correct answer is B. You could lose air pressure and not know it. Without this alarm, your first indication of failure might be the brakes locking up at highway speed or failing to stop you. Question 46. Focus here. This is a high-fail question. During the CDL final air brake check, why might the parking brake valve fail to pop out on a bus when pressure drops? Option A. The bus is too heavy. Option B. The bus is equipped with an emergency park brake air reservoir, tank. Option C. The bus uses hydraulic brakes. The correct answer is B. The bus is equipped with an emergency park brake air reservoir, tank. Imagine fanning the brakes on a transit bus. Unlike a truck, the yellow knob stays in because the bus has a hidden third tank dedicated solely to keeping the spring brakes released during an emergency. Question 47. Let's see if you can get this difficult question right. On older commercial vehicles, what might the parking brake control look like instead of the modern yellow diamond-shaped knob? Option A. A red octagon or a green square. Option B. A round blue knob or a lever that swings. Option C. A digital push button on the steering column. The correct answer is B. A round blue knob or a lever that swings. Imagine driving a classic 1980s rig. Instead of pulling a yellow diamond, you might have to pull a round blue knob or pull a mechanical lever up to secure the vehicle. Question 48. Where can you check to determine the exact date of manufacture to see if a vehicle is legally required to have ABS? Option A. The vehicle registration card. Option B. The certification label. Option C. The engine block serial number. The correct answer is B. The certification label. Imagine inspecting a truck you think was built in 1997. You open the driver's door and look at the metal certification placard to verify the exact build month and year against the ABS mandate dates. Question 49. When performing the service brake test by moving forward at 5 miles per hour and applying the brakes firmly, what specific issues are you trying to detect? Option A. The ABS light flashing. Option B. Any vehicle, pulling, to one side, unusual feel, or delayed stopping action. Option C. The air compressor kicking on. The correct answer is B. Any vehicle, pulling, to one side, unusual feel, or delayed stopping action. Imagine rolling slowly across the yard and stomping the pedal. If the steering wheel yanks hard to the left, you instantly know your right side brakes are out of adjustment. Question 50. When checking the rate of air pressure buildup, what should the engine RPM be? Option A. High idle, above 1500 RPMs. Option B. Normal operating idle, typically 600 to 900 RPMs. Option C. Engine off. The correct answer is B. Normal operating idle, typically 600 to 900 RPMs. Imagine starting your truck in the yard. Do not rev the engine, simply let it idle normally between 600 and 900 RPMs to accurately time the compressor's health. Thanks for watching. Good luck on your CDL exam.